Congratulations on your employment with APT Management. My name is Todd Sigmund. I'm the Interim Compliance Officer. I've been with the company for 12 years out of the Maryland Billing Office in Woodstock, MD, and been the Compliance Officer since the end of 2020. I can be reached by calling the Maryland Billing Office at 410-970-8190 or email sigmund@apt. Compliance videos will review the important sections from your compliance binder, but it's everybody's responsibility to read and understand the contents of their compliance binder. After watching all the compliance videos, you'll need to sign some forms acknowledging you've watched the compliance videos and fax or email them back to me. Please give me a call or email if you have any questions. Braid. Code of Conduct. The Code of Conduct applies to all employees and begins with a letter from the President, Tom Bray, that encourages employees to consult with their clinic director for clarification and guidance on compliance issues, and mentions the Compliance Hotline. The Compliance Hotline. Phone #is 855-806-4296 and is a way for employees to report compliance concerns anonymously. It records a transcript of the call that is sent to the compliance officer and the owners. Once the transcript is received, the compliance officer will begin an investigation. Even though this is an anonymous way to report compliance concerns, information such as the clinic location and issue will need to be provided. If it's a small clinic and the information reported reveals the identity of the caller, the compliance officer will do everything they can to keep the reporting source confidential during the investigation. There is a no retaliation policy and no adverse action will be taken against anyone raising questions or making good faith concerns about proper misconduct. Following the letter from the President, there is a letter from the compliance officer detailing everyone's responsibilities under the Code of Conduct, which are now the Code of Conduct of the law. Ask questions. If you are in doubt about an issue, ask your clinical director, regional director, or the compliance officer. Report concerns. If you observe any events or behaviors that you believe to be unethical, against policy, or illegal, it is your duty to report your concerns to any one of the following: supervisor, clinic director, regional director, compliance officer, member of the compliance committee, or the compliance hotline. Do not be pressured. Cooperate. Personnel commitment. Leadership. Compliance program infrastructure. The compliance program is designed to educate employees and proactively eliminate any compliance concerns. The compliance program is led by the compliance committee, made up of the compliance officer, head of HR, and one other member. Completed compliance investigations are submitted to the compliance committee, and they will initiate corrective actions and discipline when investigations reveal violations of the Code of Conduct, compliance program policies, or state and federal laws, rules, and regulations. Quality of care and services. Number 1 focus is the commitment to patients. We respect the dignity, comfort, and privacy of every patient. If patients request a private room for treatment, they should receive one. We do not discriminate against anybody. We will provide appropriate and timely care to all patients, without regard to race, religion, disability, age, sex, sexual orientation, or national origin. Patient care will conform to acceptable clinical and safety standards. All clinicians employed to treat patients will stay within their scope of knowledge and have the credentials and experience needed to perform their duties. We respect patient privacy and abide with federal privacy and security regulations, including HIPAA. Patients are provided a Notice of Privacy Practices form with their registration packets informing them of how we protect their privacy. Generally, we do not use or disclose patient health information without the patient's consent. If in doubt about releasing patients' health information, contact your billing department and let them handle the request. You can also request a signed release from the patient authorizing the request, or send the records to the patient and tell whoever is requesting the info to ask the patient for it. The compliance with laws and regulations sections will be addressed in more detail later in the videos, but please read these sections. They include abiding by laws, regulations, policies, and procedures, accurately documenting and billing for services, maintaining appropriate financial relationships with referral sources, interactions with patients and external relationships, responding to government inquiries, screening for eligibility to participate in government healthcare programs, keeping accurate books and records, workplace conduct, employment, and the work environment goes over common sense policies about how to carry yourself in the workplace. Be professional. Show respect to others. Try to steer conversations away from politics and religion. Don't ever gossip about or speak poorly of patients, other healthcare providers, employees or attorneys. You never know who is related to who or where they work, and we don't want anything negative getting back to peers or anyone we conduct business with, such as attorneys and referral sources. The employee handbook you receive upon hire also covers behavior in the workplace and a good reference for how to conduct yourself. Remember to use common sense and be professional. Conflicts of interest. When signing the Code of Conduct, you'll have to disclose any potential conflicts of interest. Some examples of possible conflicts of interest include, but are not limited to, awarding business to an entity controlled by a family member, owning or possessing a significant interest in a competing entity, providing charitable contributions to entities where employee or family member has a business interest, receiving loans from customer or vendor, accepting a gift intended to influence decision, using company resources for personal business or gain. Code of Conduct. Skipping to the Code of Conduct, everyone must read this before signing. There is a Code of Conduct included in the pocket of your binder. Read and check only one of the boxes for 7. Requesting disclosure of any conflicts of interest. Just check one of the boxes and list any conflicts of interest if checking the second box. Sign, date and email or fax a completed Code of Conduct to the compliance officer.